An Unholy Allowance by Dr. Michael Youssef, The Origins of the Muslim Brotherhood. After completing his studies at Dar al-Ulum in 1927, al-Banna began teaching at an elementary school in the town of Ismailia, where the French-British Consortium, the Suez Canal Company, was headquartered. To al-Banna, the Suez Canal was a symbol of European colonialism, which he despised. The canal had been built in the 1860s by a French-Egyptian partnership, but the expensive project had plunged Egypt into debt, which meant that Egypt was forced to sell its share in the canal to Great Britain, a lesson to all nations that pile up debt they cannot repay. The arrangement gave Britain seats in the Egyptian cabinet, and Egypt effectively came under colonial rule. In 1928, Hassan al-Banna gathered 6 men around him, all Muslim Egyptians who worked for the Suez Canal Company, and shared his hatred for colonial powers, for modernization, and for the diminishing influence of Islam in Egyptian society. Al-Banna and his 6 followers became the nucleus of an organization that became known as the Muslim Brotherhood. From this small beginning, the Muslim Brotherhood grew to an estimated 2 million members in 2 decades. Hassan al-Banna taught his followers that the only way to defeat corrupting influence of the West was to uphold Sharia law, based the Quran. One of the key requirements of Sharia law is the establishment of an Islamic caliphate, a goal al-Banna believed could only be achieved through armed struggle. Al-Banna viewed with disgust any Muslim who watered down the warlike demands of the Quran, and in the late 1930s he wrote a series of tracts advocating jihad. He warned Muslims against the growing belief that the jihad of the heart, the struggle against sin, is more important than the jihad of the sword. Citing the warlike passages of the Quran and the Hadith, he insisted that the most essential struggle Muslims faced was a struggle of the sword against unbelievers and colonial oppression. He thus urged his followers in the Muslim Brotherhood to prepare to shed blood. In one tract he declared, "Muslims are compelled to humble themselves before non-Muslims and are ruled by unbelievers. Their lands have been trampled over and their honour besmirched. Their adversaries are in charge of their affairs, and the rights of their religion have fallen into abeyance within their own domains. Hence it has become an individual obligation, which there is no evading, on every Muslim to prepare his equipment, to make up his mind to engage in jihad, and to get ready for it until the opportunity is ripe and God decrees." In 1939, al-Banna and the Brotherhood's inner circle created a military wing called the Secret Apparatus. During World War II, the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt and Palestine worked hand in hand with the Nazis. Its members organized mass demonstrations against the Jewish community in Palestine and helped distribute Arabic versions of anti-Jewish writings, including Hitler's Mein Kampf and the fabricated anti-Semitic document, The Protocols of the Elders of Zion. After World War II, the Brotherhood's secret apparatus carried out assassinations and terrorism against Jews, Christians, and Egyptian politicians. In December 1948, Prime Minister Nakrashi Pasha outlawed the Muslim Brotherhood, seized its assets, and sent scores of Brotherhood members to prison. This action provoked a student member of the Brotherhood to assassinate the Prime Minister. In February 1949, al-Banna arranged a meeting with Egyptian government officials to try to put an end to the bloodshed, but the officials never showed up. Instead, al-Banna was ambushed and shot while waiting for a taxi. He later died from his wounds. The killers were never apprehended, but many people suspected that Egypt's King Farouk had ordered the assassination. Hassan al-Banna, the founder of the Muslim Brotherhood, lit the spark for the Third Jihad, the current wave of global Islamic extremism, But another man poured kerosene on that spark and caused the third jihad to explode around the world. He would become an inspiration to such terrorist groups as al-Qaeda and Islamic Jihad. His name, Sayyid Qutb.